What's going on, everybody? Ryan Landry, your host of the Everlasting Veteran Podcast. I am joined with Eric Schessel. Actually, the E's missing. I didn't realize that.
No, there's no E at the end.
Oh, there's no E.
No.
Oh, Schessel.
Yeah.
And his mustache. And Sarah. Ryan Landry. I found out on 23andMe. I told you guys.
Yeah.
I am 98% Irish.
That's outstanding.
That's a crazy percentage.
It is.
And then 2% like West African, bunch of different stuff there.
Right.
So I don't know if many people know. All right. This goes back to the 5th century when this is the anniversary of St. Patrick's death. Right. It's now just drink your face off.
Yeah.
It's absolutely kind of erroneous to me that 13 million pints of Guinness get drank today.
We're contributing.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Drink responsibly, guys. Serious note. It is a celebration. 3rd week of the month or the year. What did I say? 3rd week of the year. Third week of the month of the 3rd month of the year. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't math.
So. Yeah. It is. So third week. Could you just close that door for me real quick? So we are live. There's no improv, there's no editing, anything like that. We're going to be recording a live episode right now. Give you a little bit of insight. We have the coordinator for Connecticut Irreverent Warriors, Eric Schessel, and his mustache in the studio. Is this amazing beast of a mustache? It's amazing. But the 3rd week, the 3rd month, Everlasting Veteran broke 3,000 followers.
Hell yeah.
All right. 333.
All right.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool.
It's half the devil's number.
It is. You're halfway to 666. How does that make you feel? Thanks. I'm here for you, man. I'm here for you.
Thanks. 13 million pints of Guinness consumed on St. Patrick's Day. If anybody's wondering, I have Cat Lick and Turf Cutter here. I've named.
I need to know how you came up with those names.
Okay, so I looked up Irish nicknames that they use. Apparently, Turf Cutter and Cat Lick are like terms and nicknames they give people.
So, all right, what are they? All right, so now I have to know. Like when you looked at those, Cat Lick, like what is that?
I didn't go in depth like that.
I kind of want to know what cat lick. Like if I go call someone a cat lick now, like who am I offending? Like what did I just say?
Well, that's the beauty of it. Now people are going to research.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. People are going to find out. When you find out what cat lick means, post it in the comments so we can know.
Yeah. I want the origin story of how these words came to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, obviously I got these 2 great fellows here with me. They became a staple in the podcast studio before the first episode, right? They sat over there, and now they have their debut.
Right.
I bought them at Stop and Shop, of all places. I was there to get milk, and I came back with these guys, and no milk.
Priorities, man. Priorities.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So Cat Lick and Turf Cutter. That's how it is. I saw the names and I said that's what I got to go with. It's just so out there.
Yeah.
So the big thing with St. Patrick's Day that I love is everybody just becomes Irish.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a unified front of sorts of it doesn't matter where you came from or who you actually like your ancestry and stuff. Everybody just becomes Irish. They even have shirts. I saw a shirt yesterday. I'm a 0% Irish. Happy St. Patty's Day.
I wish I had known about that shirt. I probably would have bought one because I am 0% Irish.
100% mustache.
100% mustache. No Irish.
Yeah. Dude, you're the only person I know that like just rocks hard with that mustache. And you pull it off.
Do I?
You do.
Ask
It looks better when the beard is in versus the naked face underneath it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The mustache cannot stand alone. It needs the accompaniment of facial hair.
Yeah, it needs friends.
Yeah.
Well, so what was it? 2-3 years ago when we did the event at the Carousel Museum,
3.
right?
It was 3.
We did a strongman. I was a strongman, like wearing the singlet and everything. And that was the first time I ever broadcasted that mustache. It was like, well, if I shave my face and I grow the mustache out and curl it up,
Yeah.
because her and Sarah and I were doing some aero, what is it called? Acro yoga, where I was like lifting her up and doing all kinds of cool things. But I went as a strongman. And so I actually had the singlet on and the mustache, and I totally shaved my head and my face, just the mustache.
Now, mind you, his hair, he has no hair to begin with, so shaving the head was not a new experience.
Right. It didn't really
There is
change
no
anything
hair.
else. But having, but like, I wish I could have like posted a picture of so people could know. People didn't see that, but it was actually really good. And so it was like, I actually look decent with the mustache. And so every now and then I'll grow it out and I'll play with it. I made the mistake last time I had it, where I was trimming the bits and pieces of it, and it didn't grow in right. And so when I got rid of it, I was like, if I grow it out again, I'm doing it properly. So I haven't shaved or trimmed it at all. So we're just going to let this beast go wild.
In its natural element.
And its natural element and its natural beastliness.
I love it. I love it. And so happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Everlasting Veteran broke 3,000 followers on Facebook. We're killing it on YouTube. It shows just the positivity that everybody is getting behind. You know, there's so much negative going on, and if you just consume yourself with it, that becomes kind of your life, right?
Yeah.
You got to just start deleting it. And I talked about this many times, the control-alt-delete method, control yourself, you know, alter your mindset, delete the negativity. But I just want to keep this positive train rolling. And, you know, you're the head of Irreverent Warriors Connecticut, right? And you have the Danes
for Soldiers, one of the co-founders.
Yep, Danes for Soldiers, co-founders. We're going to be doing an episode after this celebration of St. Patty's Day to dive into that. So make sure you guys watch out for that. You just started a podcast.
That I did. Boots, Banter, and Beyond. Yeah.
Awesome. And you know, with that, obviously you're bringing on, it's the stories of the Irreverent Warriors, the people that go to the hikes, and you know, obviously you'll have other guests on, kind of like how this podcast works too.
Yeah.
You know, but it's geared towards, you know, Irreverent Warriors and that community and everything else, and moving that mission forward. Where can they find your podcast?
So all they got to do is go on Facebook and look us up at Boots, Banter, and Beyond, and just type that into the search bar, and it'll pop right up. And you just give us a follow, and we're there. Yeah, I've got mostly all the rest of this year, believe it or not, booked for recordings. So we air an episode every 3 weeks, and yeah, and so we're almost chock full for this year. So I'm pretty excited for that and what comes of it, because hopefully we're able to reach more veterans in a different scope, to bring them to come out to the hikes, to experience all the positivity that Irreverent Warriors has to offer. Like that's the goal, and that's the mission, and that's not going to change.
Yeah. And I've noticed over the years, you know, obviously the first of its kind in this area, you know, was quite the large celebration.
Yes,
right?
I was there day one, first hike.
Yeah.
My ladies and I were volunteering. It was a party.
Yeah, it was definitely a party. Certainly controlled chaos. I've seen the shift of mindset change and more of a community, and you know, really focusing on helping, bettering each other. It's not just, you know, this drunk fest that it got labeled very quickly, because let's face it, we all get together as veterans, and what do we do first?
Take your shirts off.
Pop tops?
No, literal shirts.
Yeah, pop tops.
Oh, yeah.
Pop tops.
Us
Yeah.
civilians, you know, we're behind on the lingo.
It'll be a combination of popping tops, taking our shirts off, drinking, and then like hugs and handshakes and whatever.
Yeah.
With everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's a coping mechanism, right?
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, it's not just veterans; anybody does it. But you know, the transition in which the organization is moving towards is more a substantial impact, you know, within the veteran community, and I've seen that shift happen.
Yeah.
And I think you're an intricate part to that. You know,
Thank you.
and you know, with the Danes for Dames for warriors, right?
Soldiers.
Soldiers. Dames for soldiers. Listen,
There's a lot. You can just call it the Dames. You can just leave it as the Dames.
we talked about this. I like coffee has hit me hard before we started this. Okay, like my brain, it's like, ooh, squirrel, right? It just it goes in so many different directions. So what's that all about? How did you kind of create that, and get involved?
Well, it was a happy accident back in 2016. I was volunteering just as myself, regular plainclothes, with the Fisher House Foundation. We were doing a fundraiser, and the organizer there said, "We have this opportunity with an Iwo Jima group out of New Britain. Do you think you and any of your friends would want to come along?" So I said, "Sure, I'll gather some ladies in polka dots and red lips, and we'll go hug little old World War II guys because they're freaking adorable." And then the organizers of that event said, "What's your group's name?" And that was a mild panic moment of like, we're not a group, we're just people. And my co-founder and I were toying around with a few phrases, a few names, went on Google. Nobody had the name Dames for Soldiers. So we did research on, can we be called soldiers? Because should it be service members? Should it be, you veteran people are very particular about what branch gets what name. And then we consulted somebody in the Army. And he said, soldiers is fine. Nobody should be offended. All right, I'm going to write your name down. Here's a phone number. You got an issue, call this guy. So we've been around since 2016, volunteering at all sorts of events. We're just ladies who like to come out, give our time to different groups and give out hugs, not kisses to the younger people. If you're above the age of 80, we'll give you a kiss on the cheek, but anybody younger than that.
All right, so 80's the cutoff.
80's the cutoff for kisses. Any age can get a hug.
So I
Gotcha.
got 38 years to go before I get kissed from her in uniform.
Yeah, and if we get weird groping, if you're a certain age, we'll let it slide. But if you know better with the hashtag Me Too stuff, no, you get a hand slap.
Yeah. That's
boundaries, people, boundaries.
Yeah, boundaries. That's amazing. Yeah, and it serves a great purpose, hand in hand, of what he does, what you do, and it blends the worlds together, civilian side, contributing, and you may have not have served, or you may have ladies that haven't served, but you're serving in a certain capacity, with the veteran community, which is commendable. What is it like, kind of going to the events, preparation? Do you guys have like your own loaded question here? I know we're not going to be live for long. We're going to be diving into it a little bit more, but I want people to kind of get an insight. Is it politically correct? Is it like a pinups girls type of thing? Is it in that category?
It is. So we'll do polka dots, red lips, winged eyeliner. So we embrace the pinup vibe at a comfortable level. So
okay, gotcha.
You will rarely see us in high heels. We're mainly in sneakers because we do lifting of tables, selling raffle tickets, walking around. We're cute, but we're also very practical and functional at events.
Gotcha. Is it like a certain shoe you have to wear, like a Skechers?
Well, I will go with whatever is comfortable that you can stand in. Our ages range from mid 30s up to early 60s. So if you can stand in an unsupported Walmart canvas sneaker, high five for you. If you need an orthotic, please wear that, because I don't want to hear about you complaining later that your feet hurt.
Gotcha. Make sure you wear your orthotics. That's from the Danes for Soldiers over here. Guys, we hit 3,000 followers. We're celebrating on St. Patrick's Day. I just found out that I'm not adopted through 23andMe. My brother is, though, if he is watching. Sorry, you're adopted. Running joke. So
older or younger?
He's younger.
Okay,
he looks nothing. He looks nothing like any of us. But he's great guy. We always joke, but he's actually not adopted. So a little bit about St. Patrick's Day and kind of what it means to me. It's not just because I took the 23andMe test and found out that I'm exponentially Irish. I already knew, like, my heritage goes back. My family's family crest over here, a Hearn, and it's one of those things where you celebrate being Irish like all the time. Like it's, right. You know what I mean? It's part of your culture, just like any other like lineage that you have. But everybody today is Irish.
Right. So are you actually for today and maybe even now forever, Ryan O'Landry?
Maybe,
Right.
maybe.
You get the O and
Yeah.
make it. I mean, you're 90%. I mean, 98%. That
That's
deserves an O and an apostrophe.
yeah. I think I need a name change.
Yeah.
So we're going to dive into an episode after this. I want everybody to please drink responsibly. It is important that PSA, you hear it all the time, especially the veteran community, military community. You're going out, make sure that you got a plan. Plan of action's key. We did that in the military, call lists, all that kind of stuff. It's important. All right, we're adulting. All right, let's be an adult
Right.
about the situation. Right. Your mustache is an adult now. So but we're going to be doing an episode after this. Kind of dive a little bit and give a little hint. All right. What are we looking for as far as IW moving forward this year?
So we're talking about like as a whole, as the organization as a whole, or just Connecticut?
We'll dive into as a whole in the episode.
Sure.
All right. So just give a little teaser. What can we expect in Connecticut for IW?
So, I mean, we're starting a new hike route for this year. So it's going to be different. So this is going to be our third hike route in 3 years, essentially, just kind of switching up a little bit, keep everybody guessing. Trying to take consideration to what everybody's concerns are, because we have surveys that come out after the hike. And so trying to appease as many people as possible and keep things in the community engaged as well.
Right.
So we're gonna have a new start point, new first part of the hike route, which means that there's opportunity for fun and games. We're gonna end up doing a lot of we're gonna have some stops along the way that are a little bit different.
Yep.
So we'll have a couple of different things going on there. As far as the organization as a whole, if nobody has seen yet, we've got the ambassador program that we have that is doing amazing things so far, and definitely we're really proud of them. The hike leadership team. It says we say yes, I'm the local coordinator, but you got a hike leadership team that I'm very, very proud of, because they're the ones that do most of the work, all the work. I'm just here. Like this is I just kind of help steer the ship, but they're the ones that they give me help me with the direction and get everything going. So all the credit goes out to the hike leadership team for sure.
Very, very nice. Very nice. And there's a lot that goes into just one event planning, right? Especially when it's at the scale that it is.
Oh yeah.
How has like being a part of, a nonprofit, and helping veterans, the veteran community and stuff, how has that been for you, and how did you get involved, and what would you suggest for other people that may be looking to get into it?
So I got into it back in 2019 was my first hike, believe it or not. I came out solo for that hike. And then obviously a couple of years later, then now I'm the local coordinator. And so obviously that's where my passion came from. But as far as like the nonprofit stuff, I could be a leader all I want, but being a leader in a nonprofit is a totally different animal. And so I kind of had to change my frame of mind. And thanks a lot to the lady sitting across from me on the other side over there. She's been born and raised in nonprofits. The joke is that she came out of the womb in nonprofit right into a nonprofit. And so I will ask her questions, and she'll give me legit answers, and then I'll usually take that stuff into consideration because she's got the experience. And it's one of the things that I've learned with nonprofits is you got to learn. You actually have to do it. You're not gonna. There's no amount of education out there that you're going to be able to pick up and read a book or listen to a podcast or listen to an audiobook and all of a sudden have all the answers. They help. They're good for supplement.
Right.
But they're not the end all be all. Like I said, because I do that. I have audiobooks that I listen to every day, podcasts on leadership and on nonprofit every day. And it's good in practice to have that knowledge, but you have to be able to then turn it on and apply it to what you're trying to do. So,
right. Yeah. And that's kind of life in general. Like, you may, some people like, really book smart, right? You can learn all you want, but actually implementing what you've learned can be challenging.
Yeah.
Right. Especially at a large scale where there's so many different moving components, and you have so many other people relying on those decision making, events, trickle down. You make one decision, it may have a adverse effect, on 5 different decisions down the road.
Yep.
How has that been like working in tandem? Like
I feel that's a loaded question.
it is.
Well, and the nice thing with what I've been in nonprofits my entire life, I give him the professional knowledge of this is what I've learned. I'm not telling you this is wrong and it's not going to work, but it's not going to work. And then kind of let him do his thing. But the nice thing with the Dames is we aren't pledging allegiance to any particular nonprofit. So we have been with bajillions throughout the entire state of Connecticut. And I bring in special events, fundraising, membership. That's what I specialize in. And I'm like, I don't know. That's not registration at Silkies. Don't change registration at Silkies because this is why it works. And this is why it works for my ladies, because we see everybody's crotch when they come up, and please don't take that away from us. That is our happy moment. We see the eagle here. We see some flags over there.
Took me a minute to kind of process that.
Right. You were visualizing full frontal crotch, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Silkies, right?
It's the Silkies.
So it's the hip hugger, thigh hugger, man,
the booty shorts.
Oh,
man booty shorts.
Yep.
It's an intense observation. That there's guidelines.
Well, how do you think she feels? Like her and her ladies are staring at those for ed registration for like an hour and a half.
And I will say some people need larger ones and a little support underneath. We've been doing this for 6 years. This will be our 7th Silkies hike in Connecticut. We've seen all shapes. We've seen all sizes. We've seen things pop to the left. We've seen pop to the right. And we see you because we're sober civilians volunteering. We see when you pee. So anybody who's listening, we see you when you pee.
Yeah. Use the bathroom responsibly.
And we also know you don't wash your hands. And we take that risk when we give you hugs, knowing where those hands have been in your pants.
Yeah.
Because you have no pocket. You have no pockets.
Yeah.
Just also, where do you think they hide their cash? Right next to their coin purse.
Yep.
Prison wallet.
Right. Pretty much.
Prison wallet. It is a great event. All joking aside, it is an opportunity to kind of be yourself and more, right? And just let go of the world's issues that are going on in your head or going on, in your life, and just be able to get together with a bunch of great individuals, a large group, too, and this is like a nationwide thing. Global. Yeah. Right. This is not just, subject to Connecticut, New England, United States, like this. It's like a IW movement.
Yeah.
And it's really grown significantly and exponentially over the years. And
it's going to continue because whether or not you guys know and whether or not the viewers know that we recently joined together with the Grunt Style Foundation, who, as you know, Grunt Style itself and the foundation are huge name in the veteran community, just in the regular community. So seeing what combined what we're going to be able to do for our veterans in the community over the next few years as it develops is going to be absolutely amazing, and I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm glad to be a part of that.
Yeah, and it's a testament to Grunt Style. A lot of people don't know like kind of the backstory. I believe like he was selling T-shirts out of the trunk of his car. And there's a bunch of details that I'm gonna forget and miss, but from going from that to creating an empire in a space that kind of really didn't exist at the time, and a following in a community, and there's people that aren't even never served, but they have that connection to that certain shirt, right, or they just want to look tactical on the civilian side. That is a legitimate dictionary term in the veteran dictionary of dictionaries. Tactical, that's the person that they're not actually tactical, they just look tactical,
right?
And they look cool doing it, and that's fine.
So they think
until their shorts are a little too short.
Yes.
I know those people.
Yeah. So I can't wait for this episode after this, because we're really going to dive into what IW of Reverent Warriors and Danes for Soldiers has. And we joke, this is more of a celebration today. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You know, it is a mark on Everlasting Veteran, the third week, the third month of the year, third week of this month, third month of this year.
Yes.
3,000 followers
Right.
on Facebooks.
Yeah.
The Books of Faces.
Books of faces.
All
y'all's faces.
All your faces. So when Facebook went down, you remember MySpace?
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So in my brain, this is how my brain works, is they were regenerating and it was going to come out as my face.
Oh, they were going to combine the two.
Yeah, they're going to combine the two. And in my mind, I just imagined everybody going, my face? Like,
Your face?
your face? My
Whose
face? Whose face?
Who's on first?
Who's on first? You know, so it was I typically crack myself up alone all the time.
I can see that.
I've learned to try to embrace and enjoy life in my own world as well. Most of the time it's very deep, serious conversations, because I do take it seriously, you know, but at the same time you have to slow down. You have to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Life is the best motion picture you're ever going to get. Especially if you go to Walmart in the middle of the night and all the pajamas that come in.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, guys, if you've never done it, you only did it to wait in line for the PS5. Do it just kind of on a whim when, you know, you got the local crowd going in at 10 p.m. in their pajamas.
Yeah. I was one of those people.
Yeah.
It's happened.
Yeah. I mean, it's just people watching is actually fun.
It is.
Creating stories of what you think's actually going on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Like you're doing their monologues as they're walking through. Oh,
Right.
100%.
As they're talking with each other.
Yes.
Right. And you're just sitting there and just taking in life. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's how my brain works. And also squirrel.
It's over there.
Over there. Anybody that's tuning in, we got Catlick and Turf Cutter. These are the two gentlemen that decided to join me today.
Did anybody write a comment about like what those terms actually mean? Did we ever find
yeah,
that out?
let's find that out. We got nobody. We got
Nothing.
Jeremy Daniels. He's been present on everything. He's been, you know, a supporter since the beginning. Appreciate you, Jeremy. Present for today. We're on 5 different platforms. So the one thing that people got to realize, so when I go live on 5 different platforms, I can only see a certain percentage of like who's on what platform, right? So the numbers are kind of skewed, and the likes and the hearts, and it combines it from all different 5 platforms.
Right.
You know, so it's one of those things. It's like I put it out and I know people are going to watch it, but you know, you can't sit there. I did this in the beginning when I started this podcast of everything has to be perfect. I have to nail exactly what the listeners and the watchers are going to watch. Right. That's like coming out with a t-shirt that, you know, everybody's going to wear.
Right.
Right. Everybody's going to like this. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't.
Right. You don't know. So the best way to do anything is just be genuine when you do it.
Yeah.
And if people connect with it, right, then you're going to know, right? People are going to follow you. People are going to like, they're going to, you know, help you as well. Like some of the messages and emails and stuff like that. Whether it's audio stuff, whether it's visual stuff, whether it's just content related, all that kind of stuff. It's been a great journey thus far where, you know, people also reach out and ask like, you know, where do I have the future service dogs get their training from? You know, even if they're not a veteran. You know, I had a lady in the community reach out to me. She saw me in the community. She knew what I did, but she's not a veteran, so she can't, you know, partake in that program. But, you know, reaching out and getting that information, it's just a testament to, you know, the pillars of not just what I've created in the beginning with Everlasting Veteran, but being partnered with the dog breeders, being partnered with Dog Academy, U.S. Service Animals, you know, and just trying to form something that cuts the red tape from the VA a little bit.
Yeah.
I can do it in a different way. I do it in my own way, and is it perfect? No, but nothing's perfect.
No.
All right. And you can strive to be the best person, right? Best version of yourself, I say all the time,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's never always going to be perfect. If it's perfect, then you don't have room to grow.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
That's how you kind of got to view life, right?
Yeah.
View business, view your multiple transitions. It's, getting out of the military is it's not a singular transition. Right. And I had that in my mind, that singular transition is just the contract's done and you're out. Right.
Yeah.
Like, boom, see you later. But there's multiple different transitions afterwards.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
But I also wanted to create a podcast where it's not just for veterans. Other people we can relate to other people too. Like
Yeah.
if you think that you're not relatable just because somebody else didn't serve and you can't relate to them, it's BS.
Right. Well, also keep in mind the fact that, we always talk about like we're the 1%, like, right. The, 1% of the population that served.
Mhm.
Where do you think the 99% where that support comes from? For us, it's not just us. Like if all the support was only from us, like the
Yeah.
veterans support veterans, true. But the other 99% of the population are civilians.
Right.
And guess what? They support us too. Because without the non-veteran, without that civilian element, a lot of this stuff doesn't exist.
Right.
Because they're the ones that back us.
Right. Before we continue, she's doing a great job. The mic has a built-in pop filter, but you do as well with the mustache. Can you bring it a little bit closer?
I can. It's fine. I didn't want to on it, like it is.
All right. Yeah.
It just I'm hearing it in the headphones, and I know some people are probably like listening. I can hear you. Like I can hear you. It's fine.
Okay.
It's just naturally your mustache
Is
going
dampering it.
is going to damper your sound. So just a FYI, PSA, anybody that's podcasting, right?
Yeah.
Any sound dampering stuff like your mustache,
Like a mustache.
right? It's going to create a natural pop filter, which that's where it cuts the sound, and
Right.
and these mics have one built in. Sometimes you'll see people with the little foam cones over the top of a microphone, or
Yep.
one on the side. That's the pop filter,
Yeah.
right? So just a FYI.
Mustaches are pop filters.
Mustache.
Fun fact for you.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're going to record an episode after this. I just wanted to get on here and celebrate with you guys. Happy St. Patrick's Day, the third week of the month, the third month of the year. Everlasting Veteran broke 3,000 followers. Thanks to you guys. I appreciate everybody. Have a wonderful day. Please drink responsibly. Everybody's Irish today. Enjoy your day.